Hello, my fellow nerds, Calco here, and I've been a Tumblrite for about over a decade. I don't really use it much anymore, but that's how this entire YouTube channel started. And one phenomenon I've noticed ever since I was young were these fake claims and fake information that ended up turning out to be very false, or just Tumblr believing the weirdest things that you can imagine. And recently I came across this post that basically compiled a master list of all these weird claims and phenomenons. So I thought I would share a bit of internet history with you guys and show you the weirdest things that Tumblr has ever believed. Enjoy. Let's start with some classics first. First we have the infinite chocolate hack. Alright, so if you're still confused, basically the dimensions were slightly altered in the original GIF. You can see it a little bit here, see how the bottom one grows? Another infamous post was this. It's actually a lion getting a CAT scan. But somebody claimed that this was how the Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer lion was made. Or that time Tumblr made up an entire Greek goddess, Mesperian, who was like the goddess of torture. And everyone kind of just didn't question it. Alright, now let's get to the real bangers. This is someone dying while having an MRI scan. Before you die, your brain releases tons and tons of endorphins to make you feel a range of emotions. Tragically beautiful. Oh, hey, it's an actual image of someone dying while having an MRI scan. This is from The Walking Dead, you idiot! Don't you see the AMC logo on the right? God. Say hello to mechanically separated chicken. It's what all fast food chicken is made of, things like chicken nuggets and patties. Also, the processed frozen chicken in the store is made from it. Basically, the entire chicken is smashed and pressed through a sieve. Bones, eyes, guts, and all. It comes out looking like this. What's more, because it's crawling with bacteria, it will be washed with ammonia, soaked in it, actually. Then, because it tastes gross, it will be reflavored artificially. Then, because it is weirdly pink, it will be dyed with an artificial color. But hey, at least it tastes good, right? High five, America. Oh my god. Bitch, that's the tummy custard machine! This is a photo of an African-American burn victim who lost the pigmentation in his left arm after suffering second-degree burns following an apartment fire. Around 10 to 15% of dark-skinned burn victims who receive skin grafts will never fully recover their complexion. So beautiful. Sorry to tell you guys this, but this isn't a picture of a burn victim. It's a picture of a horse dildo from baddragon.com. Look for yourself if you don't believe me. I am so serious when I say that I will unfollow the fuck out of you if I see you reblogging that photo set of the cockatoo covered in chocolate. That is not funny. That is not cute. It is animal abuse. Birds are not supposed to eat chocolate. Birds are not supposed to be coated in chocolate. Why the fuck do you think that birds who get coated in oil die? It's for the same goddamn reason. You idiots have all the chuckles you want over the fact that that poor animal is living the dream. But I hope you all know that that animal probably died from that. And if you still find it funny, then I genuinely do not want to associate with you and can only wish upon you the most painful and awful death imaginable. I just want to point out that no one is forcing the bird into the chocolate. No one pulled the damn thing in. In fact, it fully appears to be waddling into the chocolate by its damn self. Calm the hell down. Chocolate is not the damn same as chocolate. It's just a bird making a mistake, and it's fucking funny. It's not animal cruelty unless someone was holding that bird at gunpoint. Fucking Christ. Oh, good. I was waiting for some moron to try to defend this.
Listen here, cum slut. I bet you $5 million that you don't own a bird. And guess what? I own 7. And I can tell you right now that a bird would never just walk into something like a chocolate fountain. They'll rarely walk directly into water. But say your idiotic theory is correct. Say it did actually walk into it. That animal still probably died. Is that still funny to you? Do you still get your kicks out of knowing that the bird was probably terrified and opening its mouth to scream in that last panel? And if you say yes, then you seriously disgust me as a human being.
Guys, those photos were fake. It was CGI. It was from that Adam Sandler movie, Jack and Jill. And thus, Listen Here, Come Slut became a meme.
Did you know that soap doesn't really clean your hands? It just makes the water molecules smaller, so the water can go into smaller crevices in your skin. Isn't that the weirdest shit you've read today?
What the hell have you been reading? No!
NASA recently released imagery showing the deforestation of America in just 34 years.
We are killing the earth. Forever reblog. This is actually so scary.
Literally, my stomach dropped.
Is this still going around Tumblr? 400,000 notes, and no one's realized that in the 2012 version that North America takes up most of the bloody earth? Anyway, the original caption is wrong. I wrote about why this photo is inaccurate in its original statement. That was 11 months ago. And yet, this is still on Tumblr. Basically, OP goes on to say that the second picture was photographed in January when, you know, it's winter and not a lot of things are green. Also, the only photos of Earth taken in the 1970s were during Apollo missions, mostly photographing Africa and Antarctica. The photo on the left is from 1997.
In the beginning of the movie, he was poor. At the end of the movie, he was white.
Jesse, I think you're a top-notch guy, but I think you should know that the image on the right is from a cartoon porn where old Aladdin is getting his meat sucked off by Hercules. Delete! I mean, I was concerned too, since when does Disney draw nipples?
This is a picture of my friend Becky. She used to be a happy, popular girl until one night she snorted marijuana at a party. She died instantly. Please don't do marijuana. It's the most dangerous drug out there. Please don't wind up like Becky.
Pretty sure that's Taylor Swift.
No, it's Becky.
Wait, so you're telling me that in places other than Croatia, y'all don't have toothpaste sold in buckets? I didn't know this was solely a local thing. I didn't know that bucket toothpaste was only a thing here. Question, do you spread it with some sort of utensil, or do you just dip a brush in? Y'all don't use spoons? To put your toothbrush on the toothbrush? Wait, how do people in other countries put their toothpaste on their toothbrushes? You don't use your toothpaste spoon? No. In the US, toothpaste usually looks like this, and they come in small rectangular boxes. We keep our condiments in those. You keep your toothpaste in condiment tubes? Genuine question. If you squeeze out too much toothpaste onto your toothbrush, how do y'all put it back in those little tubes? It's gone. We don't look back on failure. But if you had the toothpaste spoon in the bucket, you could just put it back. Okay, for everyone asking, this is how the toothpaste spoon looks like. It's a ceramic, and you buy it at the drugstore, and most people keep theirs with their toothbrush. Mine is brown, and my mom has a white one, but they come in all different colors. To answer a lot of people's questions, the package is 2 kilograms. There is also 5 kilograms and 10 kilogram ones. There are some tiny ones like 0.5 kilograms. But those are ones you buy to carry when you travel. For the Americans out there, 1 kilogram is about 2 pounds. So this is what this post is rewritten in freedom units. Croatians apparently take a pound of toothpaste with them when they travel. I now live in fear of the Croatians. Where are you traveling to with half a kilo of toothpaste? Places. Okay, but for about 2 seconds, I actually had to stop and think really hard about whether or not I saw toothpaste buckets when I was in Croatia. And then I realized I was stupid and stopped. But that didn't stop people from asking on Reddit still.
OMG, so I just figured out the word hurt. It's past, present, and future. You will be hurt, you are hurt, you were hurt. Because if something truly hurt, it never really stops.
You poetic little shit. That's because it's an adjective. You will be stupid, you are stupid, you were stupid. Okay, some of you might still believe this. I remember when this was going around and I remember seeing it debunked, but apparently it's spread to other parts of the internet and people still believe this. Like, I've seen people comment this in my comment section before, and that is Alexandria's Genesis. Alexandria's Genesis, aka violet eyes, a genetic mutation. When someone is born with Alexandria's Genesis, their eyes are blue or gray at birth. After 6 months, the eyes will begin to change from the original color to purple, and this process lasts 6 months. During puberty, the color deepens to dark purple, a deep purple, a royal purple, or a violet blue color, and remains that way. It does not affect a person's eyesight. Those who have this mutation will never grow any facial, body, pubic, or anal hair, not including the hair on their head, on their ears, nose, eyebrows, and eyelashes. Women also do not menstruate, but are fertile. Another thing Tumblr invented that you might have thought still was real was this two-way mirror thing. It's not true. This is a moon melon, scientifically known as acidus. This fruit grows in some parts of Japan and is known for its vibrant blue color. What you probably don't know about this fruit is that it can switch flavors after you eat it. Everything sour would taste sweet, everything salty would taste bitter, and it gives water a strong orange-like taste. It is also very expensive, costing about 16,000 Japanese yen, which is about $200. Or, this could be photoshopped. But I don't know. You tell me. The earth is lumpy. I was not aware of this, thank you. This makes so much sense, but it makes me so uncomfortable. I wish I hadn't seen this. I am not happy about this. What a stupid rock we live on. We don't live on rock. We live on potato. Sorry peeps, this is just mislabeled, as should honestly be pretty obvious when you compare it to a picture of an Earth from space. This is where it originally comes from. If you don't want to bother to check the link, it's a page for a MATLAB program designed to image geoscience data. That GIF is a map of gravitational field strength across the Earth, exaggerated by 1,000. Here's what it looks like when not exaggerated.
This is what a newly aborted fetus looks like at 3 months.
If you don't reblog this, you have no soul.
This precious baby was ripped from the womb of his mother. This is why no woman should be allowed to have an abortion. She is killing the purest and most innocent creatures that exists. Babies.
This is Lord Voldemort. Microscopic photograph of the inside of a vagina. How beautiful. This is the shit that makes men not even pull out. This is it. Behold, sweet sugar walls.
That looks so fucking weird, Lamau, but this actually makes sense because I'm pretty sure during arousal, they move around and guide the sperm towards the cervix. Isn't anatomy cool?
I thought it was pulp. I thought this was some kind of delicious, juicy fruit. This is a vagina. That's pussy pulp. I thought these were bugs or something. This is so cool. Okay, wow. This is amazing. Wowee. This is the inside of a fucking fig. Tumblr is so fucking hopeless. Vegans, make peace with honey. No, shut up, do it. Vegans be like, I can't take the product of a bee's labor and then eat child slave or quinoa. Vegans will pretend not to hear when natives tell them their agave products are unsustainable because they have whimsical feelings about, and I cannot stress this enough, the freedom of hive insects. Honey is literally murder, but go off. Prove it.
They literally puke their guts up to make your honey.
I have not seen any evidence to suggest that they are harmed or die in the process of production. They do regurgitate nectar as a part of the process to concentrate into honey, but they do not suffer any injury during this process. If they did, the cost to produce honey, which is done naturally as a measure to survive over the winter and through times of lower availability, would outweigh the benefits. If you kill several bees to produce enough honey to make one more bee, it makes no sense. Any animal that did that would die, even with human intervention. Do you have any sources to suggest otherwise?
Bee farmers use what's called a honey maker. It's a crude device. It's similar to a meat grinder. They force the bees in and then grind them up, which comes out as a paste. That paste is later filtered into what we know as honey.
This is the funniest thing I have ever read. Please show us pics of your bee grinder.
They might be falsely thinking about a honey extractor machine, but all these do is you place the beehive frames inside and a motor rotates it at a speed that removes the honey, which is then tapped through at the tap at the bottom.
Do they think that they put bees in that and spin them around until they vomit? The bad, naughty bees get put into the bee centrifuge to extract their honey. And then somebody goes on to explain that bees kind of consent to give their honey because if the queen was not content, she would leave, and so would her hive. And when the queen's happy, the hive is happy, so the queen has determined that this is the best place to live, then she consents to giving her honey in exchange for such a nice, happy place. Okay, but are we just gonna ignore the fact that this absolute personification of the term bruh moment believes, or at least try to convince people, that honey is the result of putting bees in a blender?
Lechuga. In Spanish, when you want to encourage someone not to give up, you tell that person lechuga, which is the short pronunciation of never give up in Spanish. This is truly meaningful and gorgeous.
This is truly meaningful and gorgeous. Lechuga means lettuce in Spanish.
Look at this poor, oppressed woman and what her country is making her do. Even in her eyes, it says, help me. This is why we have to stop these misogynistic societies.
I'm sorry, but no. I acknowledge that this is terrible, but don't you think that we should fix our own country's mishaps before we deal in other countries' affairs? We have corrupt businesses, crime, poverty, homelessness, and believe it or not, starvation. Does anyone know the threat that Walmart has to this country?
I hope you're being ironic, oh whoa. Everything about this is horrible, to be honest. Isn't that Benedict Cumberbatch? That's Benedict Cumberbatch. Guys, that's obviously Benedict Cumberbatch. Oh my god, I never imagined this situation. Whenever I use scissors, I always have this brief thought of, oh man, what if I accidentally snipped off my nipple? It would hurt a lot, but it would grow back. Nipples are one of the few parts of the body that entirely regenerate. Unlimited nipples. Do not try this at any cost. Do not cut off your nipples. They are, in fact, limited. Limited nipples.
This is a real panda. China has this panda diplomacy, and this one will be sent to Japan as a friendship envoy. For the safety reasons, he's sitting in the passenger seat with his feeder, not in the cage, fastening the seatbelt, wearing a diaper, eating bamboos, etc.
Yeah, that's definitely not a real panda. Okay, so China has panda diplomacy. That doesn't mean that pandas are literally diplomats. Okay, so I remember seeing this post floating around Tumblr when I was like 13 and still new to the site. And as I was going through this original master list, I did not see one person reference this post. And I finally found the post. Trigger warning, sexual assaults. All that uncomfy stuff. Don't blame me, blame the original poster. They made up the story. Basically, the original poster tried to claim that this little girl from Georgia was beaten up and sexually assaulted by her male classmates, and this school said the boys were just roughhousing. They claimed the boys only had 2 days suspension, and apparently it turns out that this girl was not sexually assaulted by her classmates. She was beaten up, though, by a kangaroo. It turns out that the only thing this girl is a victim of is being Australian. And OP admit they lied about it. Let me know in the comments section about any other weird Tumblr myths that you think I missed that I should have included. But until then, keep on studying. Fuck! Oh, this gets me every time. Bee carnival. Fuck. It's not even that funny. Oh my gosh.